Good evening and welcome to Macon's Minute. I am your host, Tony Anthony Macon. Thank you for stopping by. Tonight's subject, Carl's Jr. is going to be the first national fast food establishment to serve a cannabis-infused hamburger. Yes, 420 is this Saturday. I was just doing a little research on topics for a show, and I came across this, and I said, you know what? Let's talk about it, because maybe I can just share my experiences, plural, with cannabis-infused food. Not the best of times for me, but some people love it. I don't knock them. I'm 420 friendly, you know what I mean? I'm all about the green. You dig? I'd rather smoke it than eat it. And I'll get to reasons why soon. But quickly, let's talk about this cannabis-infused hamburger. Carl's Jr. will test a CBD-infused burger using CBD oil. The restaurant will test this on April 20th, the unofficial holiday for cannabis enthusiasts. The limited time offer makes Carl's Jr. the first national fast food chain to add CBD infused food to its menu. The burger will cost $4.20. You like that? Like that? I played that? You played that? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I dig it. I'll see y'all out here, Carl's. It will be served at a location in Denver. So for those people who are out there in Denver, Colorado, check it out. If you listen to this podcast, please let me know how it was. They said it'll be in the sauce, special sauce the Santa Fe sauce that they're gonna put on it. So it's actually gonna come with 2 beef patties, pickled jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and waffle fries. Now, they talk about how marijuana can help with anxiety and pain relief and other ailments. Let me tell you like this. When smoking, I'd have to agree. However, when eating, marijuana has terrorized me. But before I get on to that, it was odd. This story was odd to me because as I checked it out, the next story that popped up, kid you not, was what happens to your body after eating a fast food cheeseburger. And I thought it was quite hilarious that this came like right after that. It says when you eat a burger from a fast food restaurant, it hits your bloodstream roughly within 15 minutes after your first bite. You'll experience a massive surge of glucose as your body converts all those calories to energy. That triggers the release of insulin to offset the spike. Sometimes a bit too much insulin, which leads to you feeling hungry again in a few hours. Repeating this pattern can lead to insulin resistance and possibly the precursor to diabetes. So yeah, it was just just a little bit of health nod to that. However, you know the craziest thing is, even with all that said, Colorado is considered the healthiest state in the United States. They are the body fat and obesity of people and overweight people is low, very low compared to all the other states. Michigan was in number 10, just throw that out there. But actually 10 fattest. So on one end you got the healthiest state, and then the other end, Michigan was the 10th fattest state out there. But yeah, man. So cannabis burger. I'm gonna tell you like this. All right. If you can't handle your weed, stay away from it. Matter of fact, if you're a person, I would say, if you're a person who don't do marijuana of any sort, edible or smoking, you must start off in small doses. The dangers of weed. Let's talk about that. I've never seen anyone really trip out from smoking. It's bad for your lungs. That's about it. But I've never seen anybody really trip out from smoking. However, just get the giggles and all that shit. However, from eating, I know from experience, I've seen plenty of people trip out. If you've never done it before, I would say start with maybe just like a little small something. Maybe a gummy, taste of some Kool-Aid, a little small piece of a treat, a small piece of a cookie. Because I've had it from where the first time I ever had edible was a brownie. I had a brownie years and years ago. I was probably about 20, 21, 22. Maybe not that young, because I didn't smoke my first weed until about 25. So I may have been 28 when I first had my first edible. I think so. You know what? Now that I think about it, it might have been 28, 29. Anyway, see how marijuana affects the brain? My memory is all shit right now. But it was nothing. I ate it, had a cookie. It was made with actual marijuana. Someone just baked some weed into the cookie and the brownie, and it tasted disgusting. Fast forward, because I was like, edibles ain't shit. Can't do nothing to me. I just stayed away from it. A few years ago, I'm out with some homies. I want to say this was about 2015. And my friend was working at the dispensary at the time, and the other friend was other friend was there, and he was getting over a loss in the family, and he was in a somber mood. And the only thing that had been helping him get through it was edibles. So he said, "Hey man, eat this brownie with me." I'm like, "Man, I was like, these shits don't do nothing, man. These is weak." He's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "Well, didn't have some." He was like, "Come on, man. Fuck with your boy, man. I'm in a terrible mood. Fuck with me. I'm on water today." So I'm like, okay. Break me off a piece. So I take a piece, I eat it. Now, I've been drinking it heavily that night, too. So I take a piece, we were playing a drinking game. It was a little party that was going on. So take a little piece of the brownie, and I'm eating the brownie. I'm like, okay. I was like, oh, wow. This tastes pretty good. Not like what I've had before. Back in what? 2000, that would have been 2009. It's not like what I had before. As we're in 2015, I'm like, this tastes like a good brownie. This is amazing. He was like, have some more. Well, I don't mind if I do. So I eat another piece. He takes a little small piece. Then he gives me a big piece. And I'm like, you're a pussy. How you gonna take that little small piece and want me to eat this big piece? He was like, well, you, man, eat the rest of it. So I ate the rest of it. I was with my brother and sister. We're leaving the party. And this is probably about a good 30 minutes later. Not even thinking about the fact that I had this brownie. And boom, it hit. Like a fucking ton of bricks. Oh my goodness, it smacked me in the face so fucking hard. I'm walking to my car and I just said, you know what? I can't drive. My brother and sister drove together. I drove myself. So I said, you know, I can't drive. Nah, I can't drive. I'm fucked up. So so I asked my sister, I said, can you drive my car? And, you know, I have my brother, he'll just follow us back to my house. And yeah, please. So she's like, okay, yeah, go on. Come on, get the car. I drive. So she's driving, and she's driving. I start hyperventilating. I thought I was having a heart attack. And then so I read on, like, you know, I read online, like, if you were to ever have like a heart attack, you're supposed to cough vigorously to open yourself up, so that your lungs, so you can breathe. So as she's driving, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yo, I think I need to go to the hospital. I'm rocking like this. I'm like, I got to go to the hospital. I'm fucked up. I got to go to the hospital. And so she's like, nah, man, you gonna be all right, man. Yeah. And I was like, no, man, I'm fucked up. She's like, well, what's wrong with you? I'm like, yo, I don't know, man, but all I know is, shit, I feel like I'm about to die. I started coughing like loud as shit, right? And so she's like, dog, what's wrong with you? I was like, nigga, look, cyanide grace is right there, dog. Just go ahead and take me. Just take me, dog. Just take me. And so she's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, yo, like, I think I had the brownie. Now, she's fucked up her damn self. She had been smoking. So she's afraid to take me to the hospital because she's like, both of us were on drugs. And if we go in on drugs, we can get in trouble. So I'm like, fuck it, just take me home. She takes me home. I get home. They walk up the stairs with me. And the first thing I do, I run right to the restroom. And I throw up everything all over the place. I'm just throwing up like hell. Everything I ate for the day is out of my stomach. It's in the toilet. Yeah. And I was sitting there and I was like, fuck. I'll never do this again. I lied. So the next time around, which so happened to be, that was 2015. The next time around was 2016. I was, I would say probably prior to that, I may have had like a gummy here and there. So like little small, the gummy didn't do much to me. It just gave me like, okay, I was cool. I went to the British Virgin Islands with my homeboys. My homeboy was, he actually, it was a free trip. Well, part of it, you know, I had to pay for the plane ticket and so forth, but everything else was free, man. Shout out to the homie Neil. Yeah. That shit was amazing. Amazing trip out there, man. You know, it was a bunch of us that went. He actually got us all a free stay. It was dope. It was dope. It was dope, dope, dope. But anyway, we were out there for some modeling shit. Cool, right? I guess that actually plays into it. We were out there. He was hosting like a little modeling show or whatnot, and it was a crazy trip in general. I may just tell the trip one day, may tell the trip side of the story one day, but right now we just gonna stick to the cannabis situation. So we're on this ferry to go to the island. And so he has a medical marijuana card and he says, yo man, hey guys, let's try he was like, hey, he was like, try one of these grapefruit candies I got. So I'm like, all right, cool, man. He was like, yeah, man, he's like, I got it from the store. Cannabis store. And I'm like, oh, word? I was like, all right, cool, man. So we get on the boat. We take these, we take the candies, right? Now, he didn't tell me to only eat half of the candy. He gave me a full piece. He gave another guy a full piece. And see, he didn't tell me he only broke himself a half off. So I eat the whole piece. I'm sitting on the ferry, chilling. He on the ferry. We all just chilling. Now, the other guy didn't take his. He actually waited till later, and when he took his, he was actually zoned out so crazy. But he looked like he was in a good zone. Now, me on the other hand, I'm looking at my boy, the one that gave it to me. He's bugging out on the ferry. He's talking about he's seasick and all types of shit. And I'm laughing. I was like, man, that's just the edible kicking in, dog. You be all right. Which he was. After we actually got off the boat, he was all right. So I was like, maybe you were just seasick. But he was in a great mood. Me, on the other hand, still had not felt it. So now we leave. We were coming from the U.S. Virgin Islands, going over to the British Virgin Islands. So now when we get to the British Virgin Islands, we're waiting on another boat, a boat to take us to our resort. 2 hours pass by when we finally get on this boat to go to the resort. The boat ride was probably about 10 to 15 minutes. I forgot all about a piece of candy I took. I'm chilling, feeling good. We pull up to the pier. We get off the boat. We walk across the pier. Pier was a nice little long walk. And as soon as I stepped foot off that pier, the shit hit me like a ton of bricks in the face. I was so fucking high. I was dumb. Our tour guide, she was asking me questions, and I said, this was the first time us meeting her, and she's asking me all these questions, and I say, yo, I was like, yo, and my homeboy started asking me questions. I said, yo, y'all gotta stop talking to me right now. I was like, because I feel so stupid. I was like, I don't know the answer to anything you're asking me. I feel like a dummy. I was like, so please, because I'm spaced out, don't ask me any more questions. I would feel better. And like, all right, man, damn, you good? And I'm like, I'm high. I was like, I'm high as a fucking kite. I am in the clouds. This is a nice place. This is amazing here. And I go into we get into our little villa or whatnot, and it's beautiful. And I'm just looking at all the furniture, and I'm like, man, this is amazing. The shower is great, and I'm like, this is cool. They like, you going to eat? I was like, of course. Starving. Paranoia kicked in once we got to the little restaurant. The restaurant was actually, everything was paid for. was all inclusive, so it was some great food. But paranoia kicked in. I'm sitting there bugging out again. I'm like, I don't need to fuck with this weed shit no more, man. So I had a drink. I got a cheeseburger and some fries. And as I'm eating that shit, I had an anxiety attack. The anxiety, I was so quiet because I was so fucking high and paranoid that I didn't know what was going on with my life. I went through another phase once we left the restaurant. I'm quiet as a fucking church mouse, not saying anything. We leave the restaurant. We get back to the room, and I just go to sleep immediately. I go to sleep, I wake up, we go hang out, and I never recovered. I didn't recover until the next day, because even when we were hanging out, I was just chilled, high. No matter how many drinks I had, for some reason, I couldn't get drunk. I was quiet. The next day, I was back to my normal self, and I remember talking to the tour guide, and she was like, "You're just like a totally different person than you were yesterday." And I was like, "Yeah, I was fucking high yesterday, so yeah." Last story. This will be a quick one. Last story, pretty much all the same. I had a Philly cheesesteak. The homie, she makes great edibles. She made the shit at the crib. She was selling them. It was a Philly cheesesteak. I fucking treated this shit like how this hamburger come with fries and all types of stuff. I treated it like it was a #1 combo meal or some shit. I had me a Philly cheesesteak, a bag of barbecue chips, and a nice ass red Faygo pop. Came to the crib, sat down. I was watching like an old episode of Survivor. I was chilling. Fuck. Heroes versus villains. I'm chilling. I'm eating this food. I'm fucking this cheesesteak up. It tasted amazing. I ate the whole fucking thing. That's my problem. I don't know when to say when. Ate the whole fucking thing. I'm high as shit. I knew it. Immediately I was high off this one. I fell asleep. But when I woke up, oh, I was the dumbest motherfucker alive. I had the giggles for days. I was giggling at everything. I was just... people were calling me, and I was talking to them, and I was acting the whole fucking fool. People who've called me, you know how I was acting. I was so damn high. I was tripping out. I was being so silly. And then anxiety kicked in. The anxiety kicked in at a very high rate. Fucked me all up. I was so fucking high, and then the anxiety kicked in. I thought I was going to die. I was praying to God, please help me through this situation. There's a lot of things I need to do in life. I still haven't seen Avengers, the last Avengers. It's a 2-parter. I haven't even got to the first one yet. I need to see the second one. Yeah, this was last year. So I'm like, I haven't even got to the first one yet. I need to see the second one as well. It wasn't even called Endgame yet. I still hadn't seen Infinity Wars. I'm bugging out like, Lord, please keep me on this earth, please. Oh my goodness, please. I don't want to die. Just imagine me saying this all to myself in a home all alone, just bugging out, and then all of a sudden, the vomiting ensued. Once I started throwing up, everything was okay. It was so crazy because I wanted to leave and go get a ginger ale. I wanted to leave and maybe get some type of medicine, but I was so paranoid and the anxiety was at such an all-time high, I couldn't do anything. But once I started throwing up, I threw up everything. Threw up a lot. And I felt so much better, and I fell asleep. And I slept very, very, very well. Very well. So the moral of the story is, or the moral of those 3 stories, please consume, if you're going to consume any type of marijuana, be responsible and do it with someone who, like me, who will tell you, you only need just a tiny bit. This has been another Macon's Minute. Holla.